get to Sege and before you go through to Ada. So they have a lot of land. But look, a lot of people live in those places and work in Tema. So it is going to become more urbanized as the years come through. Some of the land left in Greater Accra is there. So let's hope they keep their land and don't sell all of it. So that's why. So NDC parliamentary candidate has won, retained Sege, MPP losing, but the difference Central in 2012 was won by the MPP as well. But what was the figure? That's where the excitement is. So let me repeat: 2016 NDC 7,000. So that's 2,800 more. NDC had 9,316 in 2012. Now they've reduced to 7,423. So NDC MPP has a net gain in Asante Akim Central. NPP has a net gain in Asante Akim Central by plus 2,000 and NDC has minus 2,000. We have more constituencies coming through, but just to give you a quick summary of what we've just done so far, Asante Akim South in the Ashanti region has been retained by the MPP on the presidential side with 2,000 extra votes and a reduction of 2,000 votes by the NDC. Nana,
this is 97.3 CitiFM, and this is your election center. You are watching us live on City TV as well. If you go on our website, citifmonline.com, you can equally watch us as well. You can send in your messages as well while you're watching us on Facebook Live, or you can tweet at us at City973 on Twitter, or better still on Facebook. You can share your thoughts with us, or on WhatsApp 0549 986 996 0549 986 996. Share your thoughts with us on the results we are bringing you, professional results we are bringing you from the field or from the coalition centers all across the country. We've brought you results from the central region, interesting results coming in there. Some of the incumbent members of parliament have lost their seats. Konfi, Cape Coast North, interesting results coming in from the Ewutu West constituency. Eventually we get the final result. So apart from that, we are from the central region, we are moving to the eastern region now to speak to our eastern regional correspondent, Neil Ni Kanaku. Good morning, Neil.
Yeah, good morning, Nana.
Which of the coalition stages are you right now? What can you tell us?
Yeah, Nana, currently I'm at the new Juaben South Coalition Center, which is situated in the middle of the CBD at New Juaben Municipal Assembly. That is, the assembly hall is being used as a coalition center. And for those who don't know where Koforidia is or would want to give them a very description about where the coalition center is. The New Juaben Municipal Assembly is situated just opposite the post office and adjacent to the Antarctic Plaza. That is where the coalition center is. The process is ongoing. When the process began, there were a bit of skirmishes. That is, the presiding officers, they all wanted to leave the place early. So they were rushing that their papers are being sorted out first. So they have to be calmed down and then calm prevailed. But currently it's ongoing, and out of 139 polling stations in the New Juaben South, we've captured 73 at the moment, remaining 66. And the total valid vote which came in was 30,312. Total rejected vote cast was 162. Total registered number of votes was 87,020. Total turnout in percentage-wise was 35.21%. Now, the CPP had 26, representing 0.09, and in the ranking, they are placed fourth in the ranking. Now, the NDP had 11, representing 0.04%, and are placing fifth on the ranking. The NDC came out with 9,581, representing 31.44%, and are second on the ladder. The PPP had 190, representing 0.62%, and are third on the ranking. The NPP amassed 20,496, representing 67.26%, and are first on the ladder. The PNC came in with 7%, representing 0.02%, came in with 7, representing 0.02%, and are sit on the table. The independent candidate had a 1, representing 0.00, and a 7 on the ranking. We shouldn't forget that the Eastern region is home to the NPP's flag bearer, Nana Adedankwa, who hails from the Abura South constituency. Now, let's move to the Fanteakwa South. A couple of results are in. That is captured so far 15 polling centers out of 72 in total, remaining 57. The CPP had 6, representing 0.10%. The NDP had 6, representing 0.10% also. The NDC had 1,401, representing 22.46%. Now, the PPP, on the other hand, also had 25, representing 0.40%. And the MPP had 4,728, representing 75.78%. Now, the PNC had 4, representing 0.06%. Independent candidate came in with 41, representing 0.02%.
Is that final?
Now, the total valid votes in the Fanteakwa district, as the results came in, stood at 6,171. Now, total rejected votes was 68. Total registered voters, 27,207. Total percentage turnout was 23.18 as the results came in. And the total polling stations, as I've already said earlier on, was 72. Now let's switch to the northern side, that is Afram Plains North. 18 polling stations coming in so far out of 100. The CPP had 25, and the NDP had 40 in that regard. The NDC had 3,889, and the PPP had 38. The NPP, on the other hand, had 1,315. A PNC had 1, and independent candidate had 4. Now, in the Afram Plains North, the total valid votes cast was 5,312. Rejected ballots stood at 118. Votes in the total box was 5,430, with registered voters stood at 8,735. Now, the turnout was 62.16%. That was what happened as a matter of results coming in from the Afram Plains North. Now, we shouldn't forget that when it comes to the Eastern region, there are 2 places which are supposed to be the NDC stronghold, and the Afram Plains spot, and then that of the Manya, Krobo, Yulu, Krobo, and those areas. Now, when we go to Okere constituency, 28 out of 88 polling stations which are in so far, the CPP had 11, the NDP had 2, the NDC had 1,699, and the PPP had 25, the NPP had 4,467, and the PNC had Before I came to the New Juaben South, I moved to the New Juaben North, where the process is very slow. And I must say, people are complaining, especially the polling officers, because the rate at which they are being sorted out is very slow. Now, they are attributing it to forms which were not filled well, and they are being asked to go back and fill the forms. So this is what is happening now in the Eastern region. We will continue to keep our listeners updated anytime the results come in. Nana.
I'd like you to quickly repeat the figures for Fanteakwa again.
Figures for Fanteakwa.
And how many police stations did you say?
Total valid votes, yeah. Fanteakwa South. Total valid votes was 6,171. Total registered voters. Total rejected votes, 68. Total registered voters, 27,207. Total percentage turnout, 23.18%. Total polling station, S72. Now, the results coming in as of now, like that is 15 out of the 72 stood at CPP having 6%, 6 of the votes representing 0.10%. The NDP also in the same vein, 6% representing 0.10%. The NDC had 1,401 representing 22.46%. Now the PPP had 25 representing 0.40%. The NPP had 4,728. I repeat, 4,728 representing 75.78%. PNC had 4, and the independent candidate also had 1, representing 0.02% in that regard. Nana.
For New Juaben South, how many polling stations are there? And then, did you say these figures are final provisional figures?
Yeah, New Juaben South is 138 polling station.
138.
Yeah, 138.
And you have all 138 coming through.
No, we are still. Even if you can hear from the, I'm just outside, and if you can hear from the background, the returning officer is announcing as it comes in. Let me quickly stand and then go through it. We have we have the Convention People's Party, that is they have 31 of the votes, and then the National Democratic Party 17 representing 0.04%. National Democratic Congress 12,190 representing 31.50%. Now the Progressive People's Party had 220 representing 0.57%, and the New Patriotic Party at 26 representing 26,032 representing 67.26%.
And do we know how many more polling stations are left?
47 polling stations left.
47?
47 polling stations left. 92 captured so far.
Very well. Thank you so much, Neil Kanaku, reporting from the Eastern region for us. He brought us some of the results coming through from the Eastern region. But are not giving the number of polling stations that are there and how many have come through is not really significant at this point.
Yeah. So I think the Eastern region is still up in the air. We have to wait because the I don't think the figures point to anything.
Yeah.
Statistically useful.
Yeah.
So we will just say we should.
But we have some results coming from the Volta region, right?
Yes.
Not Dai.
So we have North Dai, and North Dai has backed a trend in the sense that for most places that the MPP retains, the NDC retains, you find that the MPP does a bit better, but not that it has not gone according to that scale. NDC has done much better. Okay, not much better, but has done better in 2016 and then in 2012. So NDC presidential for North Dai, 14,616. This is 67 out of 67 polling stations. NDC 14,616, which is 88.02%. MPP 1,525, which is 9.18%. Right. So you have a difference of 12,500ish. In 2012, NDC won it, but it wasn't as high as 80%. So I'm just going to go to the 2012 figure for.
Which means this year the NDC has improved in the numbers in North.
Yeah, from 13,000 in 2012 to 16,000. I'm just trying to pull up the page for you quickly, and then I'll compare that figure. So North Dai in 2012 stayed away. The 2,000, they didn't vote for MP, but they didn't go. Confirmed. And I always give 4-6 votes in a fear. Although
the transmission to the district or the constituency returning officer was also alerted, and then we all accepted the fact that yes, indeed. And in fact, I must also admit that this has also been collaborated by our colleagues from the other side of the political divide, that is NDC. We all realize that no, what's being translated is not a true reflection of what has really transpired on the issues as we have. So the police was waiting for us, and we want
took this Congo Central gap deficit for MPP to make up. It looks like from what we are getting, they've made up the gap, and they are actually winning with 600 extra votes from Navrongo Central.
And this is the total number of polling stations?
Yes, this is the EC's official screen that my correspondent has just sent to me. Total valid votes 28,877. Total voter turnout is quite low because the percentage turnout is 51%. Total reserve voted is 55,000. So there are 34 polling stations remaining.
34 polling stations
yes,
remaining.
34 polling stations remaining. So
and then this NPP currently leading with over 500 votes.
Yes, but we don't know where the 34 are coming from.
Yes.
So we can't say it's a done deal yet. Yeah. 34 polling stations remaining. So they've captured 74 polling stations. So they have turned out 51% so far. So 34 polling stations, that's another 1 hour. We'll know who's winning Navrongo Central. But 4 years ago, Navrongo Central was won by NDC 59 to 38%. With 74 police stations captured, MPP is leading by 600. But who knows where the votes are coming from?
We are getting some results from the Efutu constituency in the central region. Efutu constituency in the central
presidential
region. For both presidential and parliamentary.
Brilliant.
Our correspondent Franklin Bedu Jr. is sending it from that particular region.
Efutu.
Yes. So for presidential, he says the NDC 13,643. 13,643. MPP 22,146.
Okay.
MPP 22,146.
Okay.
The PPP got 1,029.
Wow.
1,029.
Not bad.
That represents about 2.78% of the total votes. CPP 98. CPP 98. PNC 27. NDP 19. Independent candidate 17. So for presidential, President John Dramani Mahama 13,643.
Okay.
Nana Adodanko Akufo-Addo for the Efutu constituency, 22,146. PPP, that's Pakusindum, 1,029.
Let me give you a Futu in 2012. A Futu in 2012, wow, it was so close. A Futu in 2012 was NDC 18,219, representing 49.28%. NPP 18,074, representing 48.89%. It was split both ways. Both parties had 18,000 with a difference of around 180 plus for NDC. So it was a dead heat.
Wow.
NDC won it marginally because it's 49%, 48%. In fact, NPP's 48 is 48.9, and NDC's 49 is 49.2. Now you're telling me that at this final result,
it's 22,948 for the.
So MPP has gained 4,000 and NDC
22,146.
yes from 18,000.
Yes.
And NDC has reduced from 18,000 to 13,000. Is this final result for Efutu?
Yes.
Wow.
Well, but there's interesting results coming through from the northern region, and we are crossing over now to the Northern Bureau Chief Abdul Karim Natogma. The news coming in is that the incumbent member of parliament for the Nantong constituency, Mutala Muhammad.
Mutala Ibrahim.
Ibrahim Muhammad, we understand that he's lost his seat. Let's cross over now.
Really?
Find out indeed whether that is the report coming through.
Wow.
Good morning, Abdul Karim Natogma.
Good morning, Nabati and the City News team.
Is the report you are getting from Nantong accurate?
You are quite familiar with Nantong because Nantong was on our radar during our tour of the northern region in connection with our constituency watch. And the certified results that we have gotten from Nantong are as follows. The MPP's
Presidential
Alhaji Hadi Tukwero
parliamentary
polled 11,346. NPP's Alhaji Mohammed Hadi Tukwero in the Nantong constituency, the certified results that we have collated, which of course has been announced by the EC in Nantong, NPP's Alhaji Mohammed Hadi Tukwero polled 11,346. The incumbent NDC member of parliament for the Nantong constituency, Honorable Ibrahim Murtala Mohammed, polled 10,451. 10,451. Honorable Ibrahim Mohammed Murtala, who contested the Nantong parliamentary seat. Of course, he was seeking re-election, and he has lost it to the NPP Mohammed Hadi Tukwero. The CPP parliamentary candidate in the Nantong constituency polled 90 votes. 90 votes. Recall that the NPP was having 10 seats in the northern region out of the 31, and they were hoping to get some additional seats. At the end of the elections in the northern region, the provisional results that we have, apart from that of Nantong, which has been certified, the NPP has been able to win additional 7 seats in the northern region, but have lost 3 seats. Let me begin with the 3 seats which the NPP have lost in the northern region. Yarba Kubore is in the Obuasi area in Mampurguland, where we have 5 seats. The MPP has been able to win so far the provisional results that we have gotten in Mampurguland. The MPP has won 4 out of the 5 seats in Mampurguland. So Yarba Kubore, which was for the MPP in 2012, is gone back to the NDC Alhaji Ibrahim Tanko, who of course is currently the Hardboard National Chairman. So he has snatched the Yarba Kubore constituency parliamentary seat from the NPP on the ticket of the NPP. Then Tatali too has fallen. Tatali, the problem the NPP had there basically had to do with the incumbent NPP member of parliament who contested that very particular parliamentary election so far as the 2016 election is concerned, as an independent candidate. So the MPP has lost the Takali seat to the NDC. Zabzugu has been one of the strongholds of the NPP in the northern region, though the results from the Zabzugu constituency are scanty, but it appears the NDC is winning or has won that seat. Now, talking about the 7 new seats the NPP have been able to win in the northern region, this includes Salaga South, which Honorable Ibrahim Aubakari has lost to the NPP. And Salaga South is one of the 7 constituencies in Gonjaland. The NPP this time round have been able to get 1 seat so far in Gonjaland, where President John Dramani Mahama and the NDC swept all 7 seats at the 2012 polls. Apart from the Salaga South constituency, the NPP has also been able to win Wulensi in the northern region as one of the new
by-election.
Wechiau, with the MPP, Dr. Zeblim Idi, a senior political lecturer at Legon Political Science Department, he has won the Wechiau seat on the ticket of the NPP. So the NPP has snatched the Wechiau seat from the NDC. Then the 4th new parliamentary seat which the NPP has won in the northern region is Nalirgo Gamba. Nalirgo Gambaga, the incumbent member of parliament there, Dr. Yasuri, did not seek re-election, and Hajia Alima Mahama, who has been a former member of the constituency and a former minister in charge of women and Mohammed Gunu of the NPP. Nana Boati, you are quite familiar with him because Sablugutu was one of the constituencies we visited. So far as our constituency was concerned, he has been able to win the Sablugu seat on the NPP ticket. I'm talking about Mohammed Abdul Samed Gunu, who apparently is senior brother to Ghana's Afro-pop star Seripa Tuguno. Nantong, which I mentioned earlier, has fallen for the NPP. Honorable Mohammed Ibrahim Murtala has lost that seat. Then Yuyo was one of the seats in the Mamprogo land, which the NDC comfortably over the years or in previous elections have always been able to maintain. But this time round, though the results there are scanty, the NPP has been able to win that very particular seat. We are waiting for the certified results from the Yuyo constituency. So in the northern region, the NPP has lost 3 seats to the NDC, but won 7 seats, in addition to the already 7 seats that they had, making the number of constituencies today the NPP are now having in their custody, which are yet to be certified by the Electoral Commission 14. So if all these constituencies that I have mentioned are additional 7 to the 7 out of the 10 which they were posing after the 2012 election, it means that the NPP will now have 14 out of the 31 constituencies in the northern region. So far, these are the provisional results apart from the certified one in the Nantong constituency that we have on the table in the northern region, Nanabuachi.
Karim, so do you have any figures from the presidential?
Not yet. They are collating that of the presidential. That's why I am much particular about the parliamentary. So by the time we might have gotten the certified results for all these parliamentary seats that I have put to play, by that time we might as well have gotten some results for the presidential. But where the NPP have been able to win, the 7 seats that I have mentioned, they appear to have gotten almost similar results in those constituencies. So we're just waiting patiently for the certified results, which would be declared by the EC as they have done in the Nantong constituency before we can rule with those results.
I mean, looking at these 7 new seats that the MPP has won, which one is more significant?
This is
Interested in the results coming from the northern region, especially for young man Suhini, who is contesting for the Tamale North constituency. I'm sure you do not have anything concrete on that, but if you do, maybe you can share with us. If not, later I'll come back to you for you to give us more information on that.
Al-Hassan Suhini, who contested the Tamale North constituency on the ticket of the NDC, has comfortably won that very particular constituency. There's no doubt about that. Just as I said, we are able to adequately feed our cherished listeners out there with the certified
northern region. He said that the
net gain. You have the Gonja land and of the Dr. Edward Mahama MPP Savelugu long a signal that
chief executive of the area he was actually going to contest. Yes.
Abdul Karim Nantogma.
Wherever you are.
Analysis that we are want to follow, the hashtag to use is GH elections. The hashtag to use is GH elections. If you want to WhatsApp us, do so on 0549 986 996 0549 986 996. My name is Nana Boachi Yadom, and I'm here with Bernard Koku Avle, analyzing the results coming through vis-a-vis what we saw in 2012. So if you have anything to share with us, please do so, and we'll be reading your messages to you. So remember, earlier, the New Patriotic Party organized a press conference, and they actually called on President John Mahama to concede defeat. Well, subsequently, the Electoral Commission also organized another press conference asking that the political parties desist from making such pronouncements. Well, we've had the National Democratic Congress, NDC, also organizing a press conference, and my colleague Duke Menson Opoku was there. We'll be bringing you reports from that particular one. We'll see exactly what they also said. But all these things are happening as the results trickle in. So we were, just before the break, we were in the northern region where Abdul Karim Natogma, our Northern Bureau Chief, announced that there are some seats there that have been won by the New Patriotic Party, 7 of them. So they've taken their net total in terms of the number of parliamentary seats they have in the northern region from 10 to 14.
It's almost Chimpe.
Well, so we are crossing over now to the National Democratic Congress, where there is a press conference where Ofusam Pofo, who is the director of elections for the NDC, is addressing the press conference.
We have invited you here this morning to react to a press statement, a press conference addressed by the campaign chairman of the MPP a few hours ago, to declare themselves winners of the 2016 presidential and parliamentary elections. This act by the MPP is not only irresponsible and reckless, but it's a treasonable act perpetrated to undermine the peace and security of the country. It is yet another demonstration. It is yet another demonstration of the MPP resort to act that threatens the peace and security of this nation. We will ordinarily not be calling a press conference at this time of the morning, but intend of the elders to call this press conference. From our parallel voters tabulation, we have clear results from across the country on how our candidate, His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama, is doing, and we believe that he is doing very well across the length and breadth of the country. But as law-abiding party, we will not go contrary to the laws of this country and begin to declare our results by bringing out figures. The MPP's irresponsibility is one that all law-abiding citizens of the country must condemn, and we wish to bring this action of the MPP and its leader to the attention of the International Observer Group in the country and to who are here to monitor the election. The MPP is clearly rehashing 2004 and 2012, what they did, and we all remember it. Ignore that press conference because total tally of votes show a comfortable lead for President John Dramani Mahama. But we will wait for the Electoral Commission as the law mandates and in line with our decisions at IPAC for the declaration of the results to be done by that legitimate body. Once again, on behalf of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, we wish to encourage our supporters to continue to remain calm as the verified results are declared. We also wish to caution radio and TV stations that continue to make pronouncements on seats supposedly lost and which are obviously false. We believe that the media must respect the Electoral Commission, which is the mandated body to declare results, has not certified a single constituency results as we speak now. Even though we have our own coalition, we have our own mechanism, which we believe is ahead of the Electoral Commission, we have refrained to come out with figures in order not to undermine the integrity of the process. We are therefore asking all our party supporters and Ghanaians to disregard what the MPP has done and remain calm, because we believe that not too long the Electoral Commission will come out with the certified results and set the heart of Ghanaians at rest.
Well, that was the Director of Elections for the National Democratic Congress, Samuel Ofosu Ampofu, and that particular press conference was organized earlier in response to what the MPP had done earlier as well, because the MPP's press conference, what they sought to do was to encourage President John Mahama to concede defeat. Subsequent to that one, the Electoral Commission organized a press conference to say that it will not tolerate that, and that they are the only organization mandated to call elections. So Bernard,
yeah, I mean, I said this when the MPP did their press conference that I didn't think it was in their place to say what they said. So I still stand by that. I think that we have to be responsible, and we can tell people the trends, we can tell people what it's looking like, but we can't say we've won. So comfortable
lead, yes, that's what
fine. We wait for the. I think this whole thing has been made stressful by the slowness.
Yeah.
I mean, I am not trying to say they should force and make mistakes, but look, it's for, and our report changes results. Right, but I've been holding press conference.
Yeah.
Results. People have been there. Look, Frederick Awuni. Listeners, viewers, you have to pardon us.
Well, this is still 97.3 CitiFM. Remember that if you want to join the conversation, you can do that on Twitter. The hashtag is GHElections. Make sure that when you tweet at us, you use that particular hashtag so that it's easier for us to locate it and then read out to the world for the world to listen. If you have been with us since yesterday up until now, share with us what you think about the results we are bringing you.
Okay, Bolga East in 2012, Dominica Ine 8,841, representing 61%, and MPP 3,523, representing 24%. What I want to do is to take you to Wechiau.
Okay.
Wechiau constituency in Bonoafo, because we have some results coming in from Wechiau.
Right.
And I want to pull up the 2012 so that we can do a quick comparison. So with 106 out of 107 polling stations, coming through from Wechiau. NDC presidential 17,397. 17,397. MPP 21,619. MPP 21,619. What was the situation in Wechiau in 2012? In 2012, Wechiau was won by the NDC, and it looks like the NPP has seized the initiative from them. In 2012, so Wechiau has been swinging. 96 NDC won it, 2000, 2004, 2008 MPP won it, and 2012 NDC took it back. MPP seemed to be taking it back because there's a 4,000 gap with only one polling station left. What was the figure in 2012? 20,404 for NDC, 19,692 for MPP. Come to 2016 with one polling station left, NDC has 17,000, so there's a 3,000 drop. MPP 21,000, a 2,000 jump. So Wechiau provisional results with 106 out of 107 polling stations declared.
So that's just left with just one?
Yes, so they're expecting.
So effectively?
Yeah, so it looks like NPP, based on what we've seen, are retaking or seizing the initiative from NDC in Wechiau with swing, which was 50% in 2012 for NDC, 48% for MPP. It swung back into MPP's favor.
Well, you're still listening to 97.3 CitiFM. This is your election center. We've been with you from 6 a.m. yesterday all the way up until now. We went to all the various constituencies across the country, bringing you how the polls started. People were at the voting centers way before the 7 o'clock time. We're with you. All the issues that happened, we captured them up until now. We are still with you. We are getting some provisional results from the various collation centers. We're bringing it to you. We've been to the northern region, upper east, upper west, western central, Volta region, everywhere here in the greater Accra region as well. Just stay with us. Just make sure that you are following our conversation. We are bringing you deep analysis of most of these key constituencies. Remember, during our constituency watch on a campaign trail, we brought you analysis from these constituencies. So some of them actually are reflecting in the results you are getting from the various coalition centers across the country. You're still listening to 97.3 CitiFM. My name is Nana Wachiadom.
Some people have been sending us tweets, and
if you have a few, read them.
I'm going to try and read some of them.
Okay.
Tweeting at me personally,
okay,
and then some also tweeting at CitiFM. William Jr. says, good job, but still hashtag JM Tuaso. We the NDC supporters are just relaxing comfortably. Kano Kabu says, Bernard, why is the EC wasting time? People are getting nervous. Hashtag GH elections. Change is coming at K Ansong says, Ben Koku, your analysis is so much on point. Listening till how long my eyes can carry me. Hashtag GH elections. Then the tech says, Bernard and his team have been working very hard during the elections. I love you guys. Silva at Silvano says, guys, let's do some contribution to get the team some dawa jollof. Great job done. Hashtag GH elections. Oye Man Donto says, even at 4:17 a.m. the EC has not released a single presidential result. Why? What is happening? Well, collation is happening. Equia Eduse Poku says, wow, I woke up and Bernard is still on air. Round of applause. Charlie, don't just clap, add money. That will help. Applause won't do much. Kojo J, I hope this drastic vote for change translates into dramatic change for Ghana. Anything less will be a waste. Well, Kojo, the number of constituencies you put out is not even up to 40. So, I don't know how you are seeing it as a drastic.
Yeah. Well,
clearly, there's a trend though, but we need more constituencies to know what's happening.
Definitely.
Abraham Zato says, Bernard, how are you doing? Take time to rest.
People are worried about
Calvin Hammond says, stuck with 97.3 CitiFM throughout the night. Great reporting, Bernard and Nalabache. Hashtag GH elections. Prince Kaponde, Bernard, good job guys. Keep up the impressive work. Feed 1, GH elections. Bernard, you've done well, pa. Staying up to give us the results with the team at CitiFM. But take a break. What break?
People are really concerned about you.
Why are people? Okay, so we'll take a short break.
Definitely.
And then when we come back, we'll try and give people a more regional view of things, because I feel people want to know.
And also
what we
recap
have
with
so
some
far.
of the things. Some people want to sleep, so
They want to sleep.
They went to sleep. So
Okay.
some of them are now waking up. So
okay.
we'll recap some of the provisional results we brought from the other regions. This is still 97.3 CitiFM. Please stay with us.
This holiday season, you can be there for your loved ones, even when you can't be with them. Wherever you are and wherever they may be. When you send with MoneyGram, they get the perfect holiday gift, bringing a smile to their face and filling your heart with joy. It's amazing how much you receive when you send money. This holiday season, you can be there for your loved ones, even when you can't be with them. Wherever you are and wherever they may be. When you send with MoneyGram, they get the perfect holiday gift, bringing a smile to their face and filling your heart with joy. It's amazing how much you receive when you send money. This holiday season, you can be there, get the perfect gift.
97.3 CitiFM. This is the Election Center. You're welcome back. We're bringing you live coverage of election 2016, and we're also live on our Facebook page streaming national results.
North Dai has come through, and I've announced all those. Central Town is just coming through. I'll announce it shortly. K2 South has also come through. And in all these constituencies, they are NDC's constituencies, they've won. The key point is that MPP is gaining maybe some 500 votes in some of these constituencies. NDC is losing maybe 2,000. So they're winning by a smaller margin, corroborating the view that maybe they didn't turn out that well to vote. But it stayed true to color. We've gotten about 5. Okay.
Yes.
And then Efutu Senya West is also tilting to MPP. We have final results for Medina. So let me break into the summary and give you Medina. Okay. Because for Accra, we are only giving you parliamentary for Sege, which the NDC retained.
Yes.
And MPP gained 1%, NDC lost a percentage or 2. Final provisional parliamentary results for Medina constituency. NDC's Amadou Sorogo, 32,182. 32,182. MPP's Boniface Abubakar Sadiq, 41,112. 41,112. It's a massive shift, a massive turnaround, because I'll give you the 2012 figures shortly. But with 169 out of 169 polling stations having been accounted for, the MPP's Boniface Abubakar Sadiq appears to have been victorious in the parliamentary contest. Provisional. Hence the use of the phrase appears. I'm pulling out Medina right now for 2012. But Zoe Abubedu is reporting that Amadou Sorgo 32,182, Boniface Sadiq 41,112, Ni James Okpoti 503, James Boafu 639, Joshua Kao 337. All not very significant. But what was the performance in 2012? In 2012, Amadou Sorogo had 41,441. He's dropped to 32,182. So he's lost 9,000 votes.
Wow, that's huge.
MPP had 34,848. They've gained 41,112. So the percentage was 43. They just have lost his new Obuasi from BA North and Brekum East. I'll walk you through those shortly. Okay. But just to repeat, the big news we're getting from Zoe Abubedu, who's reporting from the Presbyterian Boys Secondary School Collation Center, which is the headquarters for Medina. Parliamentary results for Medina indicate a shift from 52% NDC, 43% MPP. It's turned the other way around, with Boniface Sadiq now getting 41,000 and Amadou Sorogo now getting 32,000. So that's the news coming through. So let me just go back to the summaries I was giving. So I was saying that in Volta, we had Akachi North, K2 North, K2 South, North Dai, Bando, Central Town, all being won by NDC, but by slightly smaller margins. We had Efutu parliamentary going to end.
You mean for the Volta losing slightly?
Yes, I'm saying that NDC is winning it. They've won, they always win it. But then the MPP makes gains.
Yeah, good.
Particularly in K2 North, where the candidate MPP had almost 9,000. All right. And then North Dai, K2 South, Akachi North, and MDC won all, but it's all with a slightly less margin. BA Esutifi South, Esunafo North, Doma, Esutifi North, and Brekum East. I'll give you the picture for BA shortly. But the other region that we had brought to you was Northern, where NPP had 10 out of 31 seats in 2012 parliamentary wise. Karim Natogma reports that 10 has increased to 14 because that's a net gain of 4, because they gained 7 new
and lost 3.
Which ones did they lose? They lost Yagaba Kubori, which is one of the 5 Mamprugu seats. They won the 4 remaining Mamprugu seats from Karim's report. They lost, MPP lost Tatale, NDC took it. MPP lost Zabzugu, NDC took it back. So NDC took 3 seats that NPP used to have, Yagaba Kubori, Tatale and Zabzugu. Then the 7 NPP gain, Unyo is gone blue. Nanton, Murtala Mohammed has lost. Deputy Minister for
Trade.
Yes, Savelugu, MPP takes that. Nalerugu Gambaga, Haji Alima Bahama is back in Parliament, according to Karim. Gushewu, MPP goes for it. Wulensi, MPP wins. Salaga South, MPP wins. Salaga South significant because it's the only Gonja seat NPP have won. President Mahama is a Gonja. It's a 7 Gonja seat. He swept handsomely and decisively in 2012. Great Accra, Sige has come through. NDC retaining the parliamentary seat, albeit by a much slender margin. And Bongahafu region, we understand that Techima North is tilting to MPP with 17,000 votes for them, 17,252, NDC 14,312. I'll summarize the BA for you shortly because I'm trying to put my documents together.
Let's do Greater Accra region. Let's go to about Amadou Sorogo's defeat in that particular constituency. Good morning, Zoe.
Good morning, Anabuate.
What is the atmosphere like there at the coalition center?
Right here at the coalition center, you have a lot of NPP supporters who are jubilating. Actually, you can't find the NPP supporters here because they knew of their defeat just as the coalition of results began. So you can't really find them here. But the NPP supporters are really excited and they're just waiting to hear from Boniface Sadiq to speak with them. Initially, there was some confusion about one ballot paper, but they managed to resolve that. However, there's excitement amongst all of them here, and that's the general atmosphere here at the Medina constituency.
In terms of was
and the chairman for this constituency, they managed to resolve it. I don't know if speaking, and the case and Amika was here with the presiding officer and the that. So that is the result for the Medina constituency with regards to the presidential election.
Well, thank you very much, Zoe Abubedu, for bringing us that particular result. So for presidential, she says Nana Akufo-Addo 37,600, and then for President John Dramani Mahama 36,600.
What is happening is a local issue.
And this drop
22 votes representing 0.04%. NDP presidential 13 votes. Now NPC presidential 6,562 representing 11.19%. The PPP presidential 173 representing 0.30%, and the NPP 51,696 representing 88.19%. The PNC 18 votes, and then the independent 8 votes. So let me give you the votes of the NDC and the MPP in the Bantama constituency again. 6,562 for the NDC in the Bantama constituency, which is 11.19%. 61,696 for the NPP, which is 88.19%. And interestingly, I just drove past the Bantama market, and the market women are saying their numbers doing their business. They are going about their regular business. Yesterday I will go and vote, come back and do our business. And true to that, they went to vote, came back to the market, transacted business, and counting is still ongoing, and they're in the market doing their business like nothing is happening. We also have results from the Asante Akim area. We have some of the certified results from the Asante Akim area, so let me just quickly give you those results as well. And I can tell you that before I left Asawase, which is one of the hotspots in the Ashanti region, the police were there in their numbers. They were there in their numbers to ensure that nothing untoward happens. But before I give you the results from the Asante Akim area, let me take you to Obuasi constituency. 50 out of 179 polling stations. CPP has 9, NDP has 4, NDC has 4,613, PPP 144, NPP 15,906, PNC 11, Independent 1. And the valid vote as at the time we got to the 50 constituencies, 50 polling stations, was 20,688. Remember, Obuasi is the biggest constituency in the Ashanti region with over 120,000 registered voters.
And this,
so basically, that's the outlook on the Obuasi
and you
constituency.
said this is about 40%. You said about Obuasi.
Yes, I've given you 50 out of the 179 polling stations at the Obuasi constituency. Counting is still ongoing, and people are just tired because some of the ballot papers came in late. So most of the electoral officers and the observers there are sleeping. About 80% of the people there are sleeping. Left with just the key officers who are counting the ballots at the Obuasi constituency. So generally, this is the outlook in the Ashanti region for you. We are getting more results from other areas, but what I'm doing right now is to go to the regional EC office, because at the moment some of the constituencies in the region are almost done with their collation. So I'm going to the regional EC office where we'll get the certified results and we'll transmit it to you in Accra. Now in Bantama, even though the parliamentary results are not done, the parliamentary candidate for the NDC in the Bantama constituency, Samuel Yaojise, has spoken to me, and he's accepted the results for the presidential, and he told me that there is no way Bantama will vote skirt and blouse, so he knows that he's not going to win in the parliamentary elections, and he's not going to get the target that he set for himself. The NDC initially had a target of 1 million votes in the Ashanti region. The target was raised to 1.5 million when the vice president visited the region. But from the look of things, the NDC is not going to get their target of 1.5 million votes. And in most of these areas we visited, in the initial stages of the voting yesterday, we thought that because people went to the polling stations quite early, turnout will be generally between 80 to 85%. But from the outlook of things, turnout is ranging between 77% to 80% in the Ashanti region. So we are monitoring closely whatever is happening in the various constituencies, and you get to the results as and when they drop in.
In other places, people are worried about the rate at which the results are collated and sent to the EC. Some feel that it's a bit too slow. Are you getting similar reactions from the Ashanti region as well?
Indeed, we are getting similar reactions in the Ashanti region. I mentioned Asawase earlier. Around 10 p.m., 11 p.m.-ish, there were a lot of young men and women who massed up on the streets around the Asawase Collation Center. And their key concern was that we were taught that
500 was 32,802, and the vote cast as collated was 23,141. It is turnout is around 70.45% as collated. So that's what I can quote now.
So if you could go over the numbers again, the MPP 7,000, NDC 7,101.
191.
Okay.
7,191. NPP 15,515. CPP 56. NDP 11. PPP 93. PNC 15, and then independent guy had 10 general.
So do you have the figures for the parliamentary?
No, it's being collated now. This for presidential.
Very well. And you don't have any other results from any other constituency in the area?
We are waiting to get the Ekopon as at the time I left to Okere, it was left with only 8 polling stations to come in. Then I get to the captain also to get that. So I'll report as and when I get there.
But how was the conduct of the elections in that side of the eastern region?
It was generally peaceful. My rounds took me to Aduajiri, Abura, Ekopong, and then Okere. I also went through Suhum, through to Kofodia. Generally, it was peaceful in the region, as Ni reported earlier. So, yeah.
But I was particularly curious about Suhum because, prior to the elections, we had recorded several cases of violence in Suhum in particular. So I was a bit curious about what happened there. But it's good news you're saying that, yeah.
Yeah, our eyes are on Zoom constituency and report as and when.
Very well. Thank you very much, Kwesi Adodankwa, reporting from Okere. Like he said, he's been to other parts of the constituencies. They're still collating, and he'll get back to us.
There's a similar story everywhere. So Okere, 15,515 for NPP, 7,000.
Okay, this is Dambuche's.
Yes, 7,191 for NDC, Dambuche's Okere. In 2012, NPP had 15,050. So it was just NPP got 500 more. NDC had 9,806 in 2012. They've reduced to 7,191. So very similar story in most places that we get. We are getting results from a few more places, and we're going to share them with you shortly, because we just got Central Tong.
Okay.
And then we also got a few more in Ashanti. And then Shai Osudoku also just came in.
Okay.
So let me give you Shai Osudoku.
Sure.
Shai Osudoku is an NDC stronghold in the Greater Accra region. And NDC presidential got 20,724. And NPP got 8,835. So MDC 20,724, MPP 8,385. What's the difference? In 2012, NDC had 22,444. They've dropped to 20,724. MPP had 7,444. They've increased to 8,385. So Shai Osudoku is showing a net gain for MPP presidentially, even though NDC still comfortably took that constituency. Let's go to Esutifi North in Bono Ahafo. Esutifi North is in BA, and we have NDC 12,970. Presidentially, MPP 15,955. What did Esutifi North do in 2012? Esutifi North have been won by MPP since 2000. But what is significant about this result is that NPP's figure of 15,955 this 2016 is about 600 more than they got in 2012. 2012 they got 15,339. But now they have 15,955, so by about 500 more. NDC, however, dropped from 13,606 in 2012 to 12,970 in 2016. So a similar issue there. Let's go to Central Tong in the Volta region. Central Tong is NDC stronghold. They are going to win it on a canter. 25,955 presidential NDC. 2,423 NPP. Let's go to the 2012 figure. Central Tong is headquartered in Adidome. Adidome. So MPP 2,423, NDC 25,955. What is the difference between this and 2012? 2012, NDC had 27,056. They've dropped by almost 1,100 to 25,955. MPP, on the other hand, also dropped, incidentally, from 3,019 to 2,423. So it's a drop.
So unlike the other constituencies in the Volta region, NDC this time round dropped.
No, NDC dropped. MPP, yes.
Dropped
so NPP drops from 3,019 to 2,423, but NDC drops from 27,053 to 25,000. 955.
Brenda, we are getting
registered valid vote 25. Representing Baba Jamal. NPP, your lady, currently every.
I must say, Baba,
it was a much closer 18,000 for 2008 Kofi P.
You know the constituency watch lady actually